Good morning, guys. Good morning, UK, JA. Good night, USA, wherever you are in the world. I greet you with love. Welcome to morning. I said morning thought. SoFlo TV. I'm taking away your stuff. Welcome to Food for Thought. SoFlo, my one of my favorite blogger. His thing is called Food for Thought. What do you call it? Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Yeah. So that just came out. Yes, so welcome to Food for Thought. I'm on my way out, but I just quickly want to touch on something and ask you, parents, please, to think about how you are dressing your children. Listen, I went to bed and I couldn't sleep on this. So later I'm gonna come back and compile a detailed blog and include some very important things there addressing this issue. Ladies, with the way the world is going right now, you have a duty to protect your children in every way possible. And one of the safest way you can protect your children is making sure that they are dressed appropriately. Now listen, some 30 odd years ago, big up to my sister, Pamela. Some 30 plus years ago, I remember being in Jamaica and I was visiting my dad and my other sister, which is Pamela. She too came to visit dad. And I remember Pamela came dressing all sexy in her what we call short shorts, batty rider. It was that short. And she had her thing going. Her hair was cut short and yeah, she looked like that. And my dad was a Rastafarian. But he never wore his hair during the time that I know my dad, and it's because I'm going off track now. It's because during his time in the 70s or so, um, back in those days, whenever the police heard that there's a Rastafarian living anywhere, they would go and find them and cut the hair. So my dad decided to cut his hair and kept his Rastafarian belief in his heart. So he always has this afro. Right. So I remember my sister came. She came from the city, and we were in Old Harbor. That's in Jamaica. Many of you probably don't know, but yeah. And obviously, my sister was happy to come see dad, and dad was happy to see her. And my dad stood in the gate and looked at my sister and said, "Where you going?" Obviously, I come to see you, dad. Where you going looking like that? My dad said. Now, mind you, my sister was in her 20s. She was no baby. Was she 20s? Yeah, she was probably I think. I don't remember, but she wasn't a young child. She was of age. And my dad stood in the gateway and said to my sister, "Where you going looking like that? When you're coming to look for me, you dress properly. Now go home and dress yourself and come back." Now, I swear we thought dad was joking. And listen to me, he wasn't. My sister couldn't pass my dad to come into the yard. She had to turn around and head back to Kingston. Now, those days, I wouldn't say it's gone. I'm sure there are a few parents who will not allow their children to wear certain things until they are of the age and they're doing their things away. And they wouldn't allow them to come in the yard looking like that, just the same. And I think it's also correct. If you're going to look for your parents, you don't go dressed there with thin blouse where your bra is showing or maybe your nipple is poking through the dress and you can see every curve. And a lot of women do this. But it just depends on where we're coming from. And I say all that to say this. We are living in a society today where abuse to children is on the high. It's happening in the home, it's happening in the street. And most of these children today, they are not looking their age They are big in body, but you can still see the innocent in their face. For example, looking on my computer, somewhere in Europe, an 11-year-old girl was gang raped by up to 5 men in an hours long ordeal. I think it was yesterday, another 11-year-old girl here in the UK was sexually assaulted while walking through a path. Yes. Yesterday, I went shopping with my son. I went in the store called Costco. Yeah. And when I went into the store, as I walked straight on, I saw this girl. She was curvy, big legs and batties, big bottom. I was about to say batty. In Jamaica, we say bottom, we call it batty just the same. But she was curvy. And many might say, why are you looking at her? Like, she's in front of me. I'm not blind. She's wearing one of these sort of tights, not the good, thick, tight material type tights that like sports tights that brand like Nike, Adidas make. It was one of those soft material type tights. So when I say you can see everything, like her curves, even the little lumps or dimples on her bottom, you can see it all, everything. Obviously, I didn't say nothing in my mind. Like, if this is how we dress nowadays, hey, it's summer, I guess. But you know what troubled me? You see, when the girl, not at the same time as I walk around the store, we bumped or we crossed path. I saw her from in front. And I don't know how her mom didn't see that I was looking at her the way I was looking at her, because I was shocked. When you look at this girl front, her pum pum, she was listen, I might sound a bit loud, but hey, it's facts. This little girl had legs and she had belly, but she had that shape going. It's not a bad shape. So she because she has weight, the curve in her front, you could see her vudgy, well shaped out. Like, my God, it was a disturbing look, like seriously disturbing look for a woman looking at her. You see, when I look at the face, that girl was a teenager. She was a baby, young little girl. And next to her was her little sister. The little sister was wearing another type of tight trousers thing with a blouse like this, and the whole of her belly is left to the world. Now back to the bigger sister. With that type of tights she was wearing, revealing every curve in her body, she was also wearing a short blouse, so nothing hidden. And the mother, she was covered up, yes. But the fact that she allowed her daughter to leave the house looking like that is shocking. Now, sex predator love that. Yes? Oh, they love that. And that sort of dressing make your children, causes a child to be a target to sex predator. Or we can get on with the argument, oh, it's modern time now. Men don't have the right to attack women because of how they look or what they wear. Really? That might be so. But you're also forgetting the world we are living in today. You're also forgetting the problem that we are having today with sexual abuse. I remember listening to a story of a young lady over on another platform, Unstoppable Big Up Yourself. And the young girl was sharing back in her early years. I think she was between 7, 8. She was leaving school, PE. So she had her PE on. She didn't get to change her clothes. So she was going on in her PE. shorts or skirt, whatever she was wearing. I don't remember exactly which. And when she walked out the school compound onto the street, a car pulled up at her foot. And the men were saying to her, do you know where so and so is? Because I need to take so and so there. So she picked up something was not right, but she couldn't have done anything because the next thing she saw was a gun pointing at her. Get in the car. Get in. And the girl said she got in the car. These men took her away and they went and ganged, raped her. And you're telling me that it's not a problem with the way we're dressing our young children? You have many of you here in the UK, foreign, wherever foreign you are, and you're sending stuff home for your children. And it's all these revealing, scanty looking type of clothing in Jamaica right now, where fathers are on the rise molesting their children. What do you think the old so and so on the street are going to do? With all that curve going on, all that backside, you are setting up your children. Now listen, you cannot bend the tree once it's grown. So if your child is a certain age and accustomed to dress in a certain way and you were okay with it, just forget about that. That's a lost cause. She ain't going to change. But for mothers with younger children, start dressing your children and teaching them how to dress. Ladies, we are coming from slavery. Yes, slavery. And our ancestors didn't have a choice when it comes to clothing and dressing themselves. They had to walk naked because they were ordered to walk naked. Today, we have a choice to dress up ourselves. So stop allowing your children to dress naked. Protect your children, because many of you don't even know that you have men in your household, men who are not your children's father. Oh, they're clocking in on your child until it's time to make them move. Even in the house, teach your children how to dress. If you have man living in the house with you, like stepfather, your child shouldn't be dressing, your teenager shouldn't dress in a certain way in front of that man. You have some work to do, some of you ladies, I swear. But I'm going to cover this in detail because this is just me talking. I don't have no material that I'm using. But it's so disturbing to see how comfortable we are with our dressing. I'll come at you with this later, but I have to go. I have like 40 minutes to get through the door. Have a good day. Thank you for listening. And please, don't take this for a joke. I beg you. I beg you to hit the like button like this. Hit this button for the like button, please. Have a good day. Stay blessed. And I'm coming back with this topic. And I'm coming with some good stuff. You're going to love it. Or not. God bless you guys. Take care. Gotta go.